Okay, so let's get started. So your current energy coming into June is clearly, this beautiful family picture. There's stability, there's love, happiness all around, and it just feels like you're in a place where your needs are met. There is a want for nothing, and that's beautiful, guys. That's beautiful. Okay, this next card depicts your challenging or helpful energy. It really just depends on your specific case. Okay, the Five of Wands. This is definitely a challenging energy, and what this is showing is that there's a lot of different directions that you're being pulled in, right? So this could be different hobbies or passions of your own, and that internally you might feel like, you're getting frustrated with the different things that you would like to accomplish or get done. On the other hand, as an external factor, this could be, coworkers, this could be team members or other individuals that are working with you, and you guys all need to be on the same page. Okay, here we've got the root of the situation. The High Priestess, that's a really interesting card for the root of a situation. So what we have here is an energy of being very intuitive, right? Understanding that your intuition is a gift from the divine, using it as a gateway, as a portal to spirit, right? So that is the root of your situation and your immediate past. So keep in mind, this reading is for all of June. And depending on when you're watching this, it will be relative. And the reason we go over the past is because its tendrils tend to still be on us and affect us, good and bad. But it affects the way we make our choices and decisions. The Queen of Pentacles. This is a great card. So here we have a feminine energy, right? And again, it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman because we all have masculine and feminine energies. But this is sort of the dominant feminine energy of, let's say, manifestation, of being grounded, of prosperity. The pecans here symbolize prosperity, and you can see how they're overflowing the basket to the point where they're kind of strewn about on the ground, right? So in the past, maybe you guys were investing money in different projects. It doesn't even have to be investing money, but maybe saving it, right? In different, banks, different accounts, different methods. It's a very good card. This is a person who is able to take an idea and kind of make it reality, turn it into something tangible, able to, plan financially, and she has confidence in her ability and her skills. So that is your immediate past, and that is very much likely why your current energy is one of happiness, contentment. Your family is happy, you're happy, and wonderful. Okay, this next card indicates your crowning thoughts. This is what's in your head regarding your whole situation, what ideas you've got. Sagittarius, this card is about hurt feelings. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on here, but fortunately, this card is usually about a transitory time, right? It's not long term. It could be a few days, a couple weeks, depending on your specific situation. I feel like maybe in a relationship, maybe in a friendly relationship, or even at work, something might have happened that, hurt your feelings. Sagittarius is a fire sign, and fire signs, I feel like people kind of give fire signs a bad rap just because they are so like quick and like confident that sometimes I feel like people don't realize how sensitive fire signs actually are deep down, right? So it's very possible that maybe you presented an idea for a project, right? And it got turned down. I feel like it could even be that simple. Like there's nothing malicious. But maybe that's what hurt your feelings. I'm trying to think of other examples. Okay, but I hope you understand my meaning. I also am wanting to say that I kind of feel like maybe there is a relationship or a situation which you opened up to someone else or to others, right? Like in a romantic relationship, and you showed up, but the other person didn't, right? And that's what's left you, thinking about your hurt feelings, or that you don't want to have those hurt feelings. Okay, this card is your immediate future. Again, please keep in mind that this is relative to whenever you watch this video. The Crone. This is a great card. This is the Strength card in the regular Rider-Waite Tarot. Here we've got the Goddess in her aspect of the Crone, walking side by side this beautiful, majestic lion. So, it's interesting. Okay, I'm going to go against one of my own, I guess, rules, if you will, but there's no real rules in reading tarot or working intuitively. So, I never say this, but I'm going to say it this time. This is the card of Leo, right? And here's the thing. Maybe Leo is the one that hurt you. If that applies to you, awesome, take it. If not, then just brush it off, because then it doesn't apply to you. But if that's the case for you, then Sagittarius, I feel like this is you, the Crone, right? Sagittarians are like, how do I explain this? You guys are like the sophisticated ones, right? You love the fine wines. You love to travel. You like to learn, right? Not necessarily like academically, but you like to learn new things, new ideas, traveling, right? So I feel like in the future, you are going to be walking side by side. You're going to come to peace with it, right? If there's a Leo that has been hurting your feelings, or like maybe you've been resenting, I feel like you're going to come to a place where you are going to be able to let go and or accept, that person or the situation. And I'm saying it because Leos, Aries, and Sagittarius as the fire signs are all very much drawn to each other. But after that initial attraction, right, it can tend to not sizzle out. The fire of one can kind of be off-putting to the fire of another, in a sense, right? So if that situation applies to you, I feel like you guys are definitely going to be able to be at peace with one another. Not necessarily like be lovey-dovey, right, and go skipping through the woods together, but you are going to come to a place of mutual understanding and respect for each other. Now, for the Sages that does not apply to, then I feel like this represents your lion aspect, the Leo aspect within yourself, right? So here we've got, again, the experienced crone, right? Lots of wisdom and obviously life's lessons under your belt. Here we've got that desire to roar, if you will, like proclaim to the world who you are. And I feel like you're just going to find this beautiful balance where you are able to walk in both your experience, your confidence, and probably most importantly, your wisdom. And you are going to feel at peace with the lion side of you. Okay, if that makes sense. Because maybe you always kind of let that lion side of you run free, right? And go chasing after whatever it is that you wanted, right? I mean, if a lion sees something it wants to eat, no one's going to tell that lion not to go. But I feel like through your experience and wisdom, you've learned how to tame the lion, right? And now you're going to be walking in peace with that. Okay, this next card is your attitude about the situation. And the reason we go over this is because it's good to know what we are energetically putting out into the world, right? It's the law of attraction. If we're not aware of what we're putting into the world, or we're thinking that we're putting one thing out, but we're not, then it can come back to kick us in our butts. And Sagittarius, so your whole attitude, right? It's the High Priest. This is the Hierophant card in the Rider-Waite Tarot. And it kind of goes in line with what I was saying about how you guys love to learn. So this is about wanting to learn. It could also be the flip side where you want to teach. This card is about conventional methods of learning, about kind of being a representative for your community, right? Because here we've got the High Priest who is performing this ritual. He is consecrating and making holy water, not just for himself, but for his whole community to use. And he's doing it in this sacred ceremonial place, right? He's got the experience, he has the knowledge, he has the, he knows the rituals and the ceremonies, and he knows when to do it. And he is the appointed person to do so. So I feel like that is your attitude, guys. That's what you're sending out into the universe. This is what you want or desire or think. Okay. This next card is the card of the energies around you. So this could be friends, lovers, children, even coworkers, right? This is their energy that they are imbuing upon you. And it might not even be a parent. Okay, so the Four of Athames, this is about a vacation or taking a rest. And it's pretty interesting to me how many times this card has come up across the other signs. And it makes sense if you think about it, right? This is June, summer vacation, time for our trips and vacations. So maybe the energies around you, such as your family, your children, your spouse, to take a vacation, right? Everybody can decompress after a long school year, after a lot of stressful work. You know, maybe this concern about having hurt feelings or even hurt feelings, right? Maybe you've saved up in a vacation fund and now's the time to do it. This is going to give you a chance to decompress. Okay, so even if you're not taking a normal or a traditional vacation, right, somewhere far and you're doing a staycation, or even if you're not doing that, if you're just taking a weekend off at home to, chill out, then do it, because the energy around you is that this needs to be done. People want you to relax and decompress. And I'm saying it from a good place, as in they love you and they don't want you stressed or worried or hurt, or, they want you to enjoy yourself as well. Not so much as they don't want you around or whatever. Okay, this next card is hidden information, hidden energy, something that you're not aware of as of yet. Yeah, the Seven of Athames. Okay, so this usually, speaks to a sort of cunning, a defensiveness, having to be strategic of sorts, right? So here you've got this hunter who is clearly successful and knows what he's doing, but he has to know where to position himself. He has to know, when to come out of his little hunting perch, I guess. Like if he puts camo on his face, right? So to successfully be able to bring home food for his family, he has to know how to be a successful hunter, which requires strategy and forethought, thinking, right? Planning, patience. And that's sort of what this card is implying, is that there's an energy of strategy around you. There's so since this is something that you're not aware of, I don't even feel like it's necessarily a bad thing, because there's so much good in your reading so far. It could just be as simple as figuring out which flights to take, when, how to corral the whole family, into the car, get to the airport. Do you Uber it or take a taxi or a shuttle, which is cheaper? Because, here in your immediate past, if you were, trying to manifest certain level of abundance or economic success, and then here you've got everybody, wanting to go in different directions. Yeah, for sure. It makes sense that it's going to take planning and patience and a certain level of tactical practice, right, and experience in getting everybody out the door on the plane to your next destination, making sure you don't forget your passports through customs, right? So that could very well be the case. Okay, this is the overall outcome card for the month of June. The Lady and the Lord. So, guys, in the Rider-Waite Tarot, this is the Lover's card, okay? And it's more about having to make a choice, not so much love, although it can be about having to make a choice between, two lovers. But it is just about having to make a choice and being in a place of harmony, between the two. Here you've got two hunters, right? And one's got the feminine energy, one's got the masculine energy. She is the goddess, he is the god. They each have their chosen weapon, which has been tested and is proven reliable. And they each have their loyal hunting dog, right? That has been trained, knows what to do, is reliable. So it's about working together. He is not threatened by her or off-put by her as a female who is a hunter just as well as him. And she is not off-put by him. She's not threatened by his male energy, of, aggressiveness or whatever. So it's the combination of the two that really makes them stronger, right? It's like the yin and the yang, right? You've got the white part, but you've got a little black circle in it, and then the black part with a little white circle in it. They need each other for that perfect balance. So your overall outcome, I feel like you're going to come to a place where I feel like this is not so much about a choice, but as being in balance, right? with your masculine and feminine energies, which kind of goes in line with the crone. Okay, and if that's the case for you, Sagittarius, then that's wonderful, because that's a very, very hard thing to accomplish. Most of us have either overcompensated our feminine energy or overcompensated our masculine energy, right? And when you can come to a place where you have harmonized both, wow, you are an example and a beacon for everyone around you.